The first look I'm going to do today is my favorite look. It's a modern take on the classic 50s look, liquid liner, fresh skin, bold lip. Instead of using just earth tones, I'm going to add a bit of a plum into the coloring on my eyes just to jazz it up a bit. So the first thing I do in starting my makeup is starting with a fresh palette. So I just have on a moisturizer, Embryolisse, the 24-hour cream, and my primer is Makeup Forever, the mattifying primer. So I start on eyes, and to prime my eyelid, I use a concealer. So I'm using Laura Mercier SC4, and I just go over to take out any discoloration in the eye. Generally we have redness, blues, or plums. So you want to cut that out. So when you do apply your eyeshadow colors, you get the true color of the pigment, and it doesn't fight with any color on your eyelid. So I'm going to do one eye first so you can see the comparison, and then quickly do the left eye, and then do my foundation, lips, and then we'll all be finished. Okay, so on my lid I'm going to use MAC in Yogurt. So you apply it all over your lid area just to get a nice coverage from your lid up to your crease. And you can see a difference in both eyes. It just brightens up this eye. Next, I'm going to go with a blending brush, and the color for my crease is MAC. It's called Tracks. So it's a plum with a soft fleckle of gold in it. It's a really, really, really pretty color. So you apply it to your crease, which is right above your lid into your brow bone, and you'll see it just adds definition into the eye. Gives you the illusion of a bigger eye. Next thing is our highlight, which is right up here. I'm just using a white color. It's a pearl color by Laura Mercier. And you apply it to your brow bone. This just lifts up the eye and adds a bit of highlight. So you can see there is dimension from your lid to your crease to your highlight. That's your eyeshadow work on one eye. I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. There you go. So next I'm going to do the liquid liner. So for the liquid liner, I'm using just a cake eyeliner that you activate with water. So I'm using an angle brush, just a bit of water. And I often put it on my hand just so I can kind of get enough pigment on my brush. And then I start. So for a liquid liner, I actually start on the inside, just to the outside, stop, and then I draw the fleck, join it to the lid, and then fill it in. It makes more sense when I do it. I'm just going to do it in a zoom-in mirror so I can see what I'm doing. So you just draw it in pieces for your liner along your lash bed, excuse me. And it doesn't matter at this point if it's messy, because you're just going to go over it and join it to your little flick. So that's essentially the liquid liner. You can see it's kind of uneven, especially right there, but that's totally fine. And the thickness also depends on, of the line, depends on how thick you want to go. So that varies with everyone. So for the fleck, or the flick I should say, you actually start at the outer corner of your eye, looking down, and you just draw a line like that. So once you have that line, on the very top of it, you just pull it down and across. So when you look straight, you get that little lift in the eye. And then just like paint by numbers, you just go in and you fill it. And again, don't worry if it's messy, because I'll show you a trick how to clean this up. So I'm just going along the line from my inner lash back out to the outer corner and making sure it's even. So you can see right away, it just elongates the eye. It gives the illusion of a lifted eye, and it's also a really cool effect. So that's it. I'm going to do my left eye, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have both my eyes done, and I haven't done any foundation or concealer yet. That's my next step. For my foundation, I use Armani Silk Luminous number 8, and you can apply it with a brush or a sponge, whatever you feel most comfortable with. The next step is concealer. So under the eyes, I blend last with my concealer, so I apply it to all the areas that need concealing. The idea with concealer under the eye is that you don't want it to be too light, and of course not too dark. Before it's blended, you'll see that all these areas just look lifted because it's a lighter shade. And in correcting your eyeliner, with your concealer brush, you're going to look downwards into the mirror and just right beneath it, clean it up. So you'll see it just gives you a really sharp line. Any eyeshadow that goes beyond the liner is gone. So basically, you don't really want eyeshadow to go beyond your eyeliner. So your eyeliner is your guide of where the eyeshadow should stop. Because this type of eye is creating an illusion of lift in the face, if you have eyeshadow that comes downwards, it actually pulls the eye down. It's kind of going against what we're trying to do here. And then with a sponge, you just pat your concealer into your skin so it blends it. There. So that's your foundation. The next thing to do is just apply powder. So the powder I'm going to use is the same one as the beginning, because to make it forever, just dust it lightly across your face. The idea of powder is to set your makeup and take away shine. If you put too much powder, you actually look a bit cakey. Perfect. Now for some bronzing. So I use NARS Laguna. I absolutely love it. So with bronzer, you apply it to areas where the sun will naturally hit. So your cheekbones, your nose, your forehead, and just a brush across your chin. The same bronzer I'm going to use for my contour because it's a relatively deep tone. So right in the hollows of your cheek, if you don't have any naturally, just kind of go like this, and you'll see where it should start. So you put a bit of product right there, that when you look straight, it just creates a bit of definition in the face. So when you look straight already, my face looks just a bit more sculpted. And then you grab a blush to go right on top of that. So I'm going to use MAC. It's called Azalea Blossom, and also MAC Love Rock. So they're purpley pink undertones. And just with your blush brush, pat both of them, smile, and apply to your apples upwards. The last step is just a bit of highlighter. I'm going to use it's Magic by Prescriptives. It's their Illuminating Cream Potion. It's a really, really nice product because it's a cream. For highlighting, it doesn't leave with a heavy finish. So put this right on your cheekbone, touching your blush. So even when you look straight, it just adds a bit of lift on this side versus on my right side. Apply just a bit on your forehead. And we are going to apply it to the bridge of the nose, but first, we're going to contour that. So just with a wide, fluffy brush, same color, you contour your nose just slightly, so you can already see it just creates more definition. You want to be careful with this though, because if you apply too much product, in real life, you'll see it and it'll look a little funky. There. So it's a really, really pretty finish, this product. Lastly, in the same idea of highlighting and contouring, I absolutely love this method. It's a bit tricky at first because it's a lot of blending, but once you get the hang of it, I think you'll love it. So I'm using a really, really light concealer foundation. It's Cover FX EO, so it's pretty much the the lowest color. So it's the whitest. So I put a bit on my sponge, and just beneath your contour, you're going to apply it across as a highlight. So right away, it gives me more of a sculpt than this side. And because you don't want a hard line, just blend it downwards a bit. There, perfect. Next is lips. Okay, so for our lips, I'm going to do a deep wine color. You can do really any tone that you want, red, wine, orange, whatever. So the lipstick I'm going to use is MAC Media, and the liner I'm using is Lancome called Royale. So you just line your lips as you would. I start in a cupid's bow, frame the lip, fill it in with the pencil, and then the lip liner. I find it just lasts a bit longer. Okay, so that's just my lip liner. Now I'm going to go over with the lipstick just so I can get more density. Lastly, around your lips sometimes you don't get as precise as a line. So go in with your concealer brush and a bit of concealer on your brush and just clean it up. Perfect. So those are your lips. Next we're going to do just some finishing touches. Of course, you can't forget your brows. I'm using a brow pencil by Face Atelier. It's a really great Canadian line in taupe, so it's good for anyone who's brunette. So just follow your brow. You want to make them basically symmetrical to each other. There, that's pretty even. And lastly, some mascara. I'm using Lancome Paris, Define Steel, I believe, and black. And there you go. So a modern take on a classic 50s look. You can adjust any color you like. Just in terms of application, this is the idea of it. I hope you enjoyed it today, and I will see you soon.